Alright, so this is my normal preset for Select, but like I said, we don't need a lot of food. Mines you won't use in solo because they don't work in solo. So we're just going to bring like 4 sails and 2 brews. That's probably a little bit overkill, but this is how easy it can be whenever you do learn it. I did a practice run prior to this, so I'm a little rusty. So we're going to go in, I'm going to kill off these conjures because they're part of our starting rotation. What I like to do is Prism, Summon, Invoke Death, Conjure, Command, and then Bone Bomb start. So Solak, or we'll do Grim, Darkness, Prism, Invoke Death, Command, and as I'm throwing out that Bone Bomb, I'll do a Life Transfer into a Skulls. Loading up to Living Death, and then we're going to A-Pot at the same time so we can get an extra Skulls off. Now you can just Vit Pop, but I like to Reflect for the reduced damage. And then here you want to do Disruption Shield on the same tick, or you can Disruption Shield and Divert at the same time and not have to worry about being tick perfect. I'm a little bitch, so I do both. And then we just do damage. Cap is 1.5. But with Necromancy having a lot of AoE and utility, I sometimes leave a little early to go do roots. I'll drop a bloat on like the first one, move down towards the other one, attack Soul. I can do Skulls. I know Skulls is probably going to kill this root right here. Bloat the second one, and also attack Skelly with it. Then we'll res, get a little bit of heal. He's about to do roots. It's right there. I'm not too worried about it. I want to run north a little bit and then dive over. Float that one. Blow this one too. Don't really need volley for arms and legs, so I'm going to volley then to make sure he hits 1.5. So he's at 1.5 already. I'm not too worried about him. I'm going to go ahead and drop Prism here to keep the Reaver alive. Just use this time to build stacks. I'm going to re-overload. Now this, I like to do Skulls on. Skulls is on cooldown. So what I typically do is I'll Skulls one arm and bloat the other. So I'll bloat this arm real quick, go back to here and Skulls. It'll bounce between the two. But this one I think gets 1 less hit, so I typically use bloat on it just to kind of help that damage out a little bit. Bone Bomb and then all 3 tiers of Scythe. 1, 2, and 3. Bloat this since it's a little high. Right before we kill this one, we're going to Split Soul and then Bone Bomb the area where the core would spawn. Now, typically I would Skulls here, but we don't have Skulls. So I'm just going to finger Weapon Spec. We might not get 1 cycle here, which is on me. I didn't prep in time. I like to save Volley for the Eruption over here, but we'll deal with it. Okay, that was a bug. I didn't even see the blue circle. Same thing, we're just going to go over here, bloat, do like Command Skelly, build stacks. We'll save Skulls for whenever we get to the stairs, because we can't fully utilize it during this phase. I'm just going to spam. Usually you should only be able to go up twice or need to go up twice. Left just a little early. We're going to do 1 more stack and then we're going to move on. I'm going to bloat this one as well. Do commands. Do prep. so we can get our res back in time. The moment I get here, I drop a Prism Restoration for the familiar, and I build up to a Living Death rotation after I throw skulls out and then build. Throw like a Excalibur. Every time I Living Death, I try to do a pot at the same tick so I can get 4 out. Middle of a split soul rotation, so I'm going to throw out Volley, Skulls, Finger, Weapon Spec, and Float. And Skelly. Need to get him down to 800k to start the pad phase. Skulls. I'm going to Finger again. Move over a little bit. Reflect, do our shield. We're probably going to have to curl up his arm. We're not going to be able to get him down as much as we would like. But we didn't get it down quite a bit, so we're going to Finger, Bloat, and then Freedom. Just build. Once we get up on the arm, we're going to Disruption Shield. Since he's on the border of the map, he's going to send us mid more than likely. Just build our stacks, do damage. Now what I like to do is I will grab a extra shield, which we might need this time. Typically I wouldn't. Skulls again, Volley. Gonna Reflect again, throw up the gold shield, and 1 storm hit, and now it's phased. So I'm gonna prep, res, so I get my res back immediately. This phase takes me a while, so I go ahead and Living Death at the beginning, which is fine if you're trying to take your time like I do. If you wanted to speed blitz it, I wouldn't recommend it though. This is where I'll split soul to get extra damage off skulls, finger, weapon spec. Build into a bloat and then build stacks. I'm gonna volley here because I know I'm gonna get 1 more stack, so I'm gonna use soul sap to stun him. Dissipate, basic, soul sap. Get a res off real quick. Another skulls. And just keep repeating the process. Like I said, I'm doing it the slow method. Do it however you feel like it. I forgot to anticipate, so I'm gonna Freedom first and Weapon Spec next. Get stun. Got him at 290, so I'm gonna go ahead and start on the witch. I'm not gonna kill it quite immediately though. I'm gonna proc a Invoke Death on it. At 20k it will die if you have that on there. Switch to melee prayer real quick. Freedom the bleed. I'm gonna anticipate because I believe his bleed's coming next. Nope, we stopped him in time. So Reaver died, I'm just gonna use that pouch to summon it again. And pop bloat for extra damage while we're up there. We should be able to kill it now. I'm not gonna bother summoning conjures. I want the full duration during the last phase. Yeah, we got him down to 206, which we only need him at 200. Summon conjures, fallen bomb. We're gonna do a living death rotation. So skulls first, build up. I'm gonna pop my conjures though real quick. And the moment we hit living death, we're gonna do that adrenaline pot trick again to get an extra set of skulls off. Boom, split soul. Putting that to a float, because we want to save our big hits for the last bit of it. Finger, weapon spec, volley, and we have another Skulls ready, but we don't need it. And that's how you solo select.